Assalamualaikum and good morning to our lecturer and my fellow friends. Today I would like to present about my assignment and video presentation for the subject International Project Management. First of all, my name is Agus Irawan bin Hasanuddin. I'm the Master of Project Management and at the Kawau Learning Center, Sabah. Firstly, I would like to present to inform my assignment about the project communication plan and the subject International Project Management. Okay, first is assignment briefing. What the assignment briefing related to our subject, related to our topic, communication plan. Okay. What is the International Project Management? We know project management is at the international level or across the border and culture in the world. Maybe inter-Malaysian and outside Malaysia. Okay. The second is why the communication plan important in project management. I have three causes. The point about the communication. Firstly, is the communication plan can plan our routes to project, how to finish, how to plan, how to solve the problem. The second is to clarify the relationship between audience, message, channel, activity, and material about the project at the site, office, or the related place about the project. Next is going to the communication planning process will help you identify who you need to reach, tell them what you want them to know and how you will reach them. So the communication between other person, other audience, other stakeholder is the more important to ensure the project can finish on the time. Okay. Next is what the methods and tools in the communication plan. First is email. We use the email to communicate between the stakeholder, between the worker, between the administration worker, and other that. The second is meeting. Meeting maybe is focused to the management level, worker level. So meeting also will conduct during the on-site and also outside or inside the project. Okay. Next is discussion board. Discussion board is about the information at the site about the project. Okay. Next is status report. In the project management related to communication plan, we need to status report to know the percentage of the project and the performance, the efficiency of the planning between the planning phase. Second is collaboration application. Maybe use the collaboration application using the WhatsApp, using the Telegram, using the phone, using the Skype to ensure the communication will continuously between the worker and management. Next is to-do list. To-do list is the list of the tasks, the list of the job, the list of the project. This to list down and to know when it is to done, when the material is arrived the site and other that. Okay, next is survey. Survey is we need to conduct the survey during the project running. Survey during the worker, during the management, during the top management, during the stakeholder, during the audience. Maybe my project is at a hospital, so maybe I need to take the survey to the user of the hospital, patient, security, doctor, and other data. Okay. Next is what the common issue in communication plan in project management. My project is about the upgrading electricity supply at hospital. So we need several common issue about the project. Firstly, the environment in which communication takes place is one the barrier to communication. Second is attitude and emotional state is another barrier to communication. Third is time zone and geographical barriers to communication when the work spread around the world. Fourth is darkness and other privacy is one of the barriers to communication. Different culture and language barrier to communication because different culture have different ways to doing the things during the project phase. Next is general framework about our project. So firstly, framework first is the purpose and design approach. What's the meaning with the purpose and design approach? Okay, description of the high level plan. So inside the framework needs to be describe all the high level plan. Second is how to implement the plan in the new project. Either the planning related to another project or another scope or another method, including the project next to project. Second, the aim and objective of communication. They are expected to be achieved by communication. The project achievement can get with the best communication. Second, focus on educating and updating those affected by the project. Okay. Third is some idea about the aim and the objective of the communication. First, increase knowledge about the project and why it matters. Second, create the dialogue among employees and key stakeholders to get acceptance of the project. Third, provide an opportunity for feedback from stakeholder group. So the performance of the project can continue and updating to the management. Third is the role communication. Communication will not come from just one person during the project. He needs to involve more than one person. Okay, 2 person, 3 person, 4 person, maybe a lot of person. Okay. Second, explain clearly roles and responsibility that match their communication. There are some of the roles considered to our project. First is project sponsor, project manager, leadership, management team leader, lead project and project team member. So the roles is very important during the project upgrading at the hospital. Third is tools and method of communication. Tools and method is very important to ensure the communication plan can run smoothly. First, the tool used and how messages are delivered will vary from project to project. So the communication to the info can arrive from top to down and down to top. Okay. Second is always make sure the receiver thinking when delivering content and method of the communication in which it will be sent. So the receiver understand what the information, what the instruction get from the management. Here are some of tools of methods we use at the project. First is summary of meeting. It's very important. Status report, performance of the project, newsletter, official presentation. Every the progress meeting we need to conduct the official presentation, percent of financial progress, spending or related the project. Survey, intranet website, informal small group meeting, workshop, brown bag lunch, and custom project dashboard. So all the tools is need to all the method tools most important to the project worker. The last is high level project communication message. To include the metrics in the communication plan related to the management of the specific project, such as project start, status, review meeting, pending, delay, about the weather, and so on material, so need to include to the project planning. Determine the primary objective. The first objective, the topic of discussion, the method of delivery, frequency, audience, and role and responsibility for making it happen at the site or the office project. Third is this help set expectation and boundary for project communication. So the project can smoothly running and not problem during the project. The next is why important. So why the communication plan is important? Okay, firstly is consistency. What the meaning with the consistency? Okay, consistency to ensure that all stakeholders have the same information about the need and change in the project. The second, if some stakeholder not informed of the change, management will run in the work with high risk or error delay in the project work. So all the information directly sent between stakeholders, between management, between the worker. Or the second is productivity. Okay, productivity. When they are kept in the loop about the event of the project, employees will feel more comfortable with their duty. Okay. The second, they are equipped with the necessary information to continue working rather than stopping often to find the information they are missing. Third, employees also can work with the right communication, which allow cooperation and effective performance in the project. The third is outcome. Outcome is the outcome from the project. Can get the performance efficiency, maybe the percentage of the finished project. Okay. First, the communication plan allows the project manager to lead the team to the desired project outcome. Second, without proper communication with all stakeholders, project manager may fail to meet the requirement of the project. Third, it requires clear communication of stakeholders to find out what they want and needs of the project. So the communication plan is very important to achieve the performance of the project. Next is about the metrics. Okay, metrics communication plan. As my assignment about the upgrading project. So this is my metrics communication. Communication between project status report, team setup, project review, post-mortem meeting, task project update. Okay, method we use email for firstly project status report, method email meeting, frequency weekly and monthly, target or goal, review project status and discuss potential issues or delay. Owner, project management, project manager, audience, project team, and project sponsor. Next is team stand up. My method is meeting and oral briefing daily. Discuss what each team member did yesterday, what they will do today, and any blocker. Owner is project manager and audience project team. Okay. Project review. Method is meeting. Frequency monthly, present project deliverables, gather feedback and discuss next steps using the scope of work of the project. Owner is project manager also. Audience, project team, project sponsor. Next is postmortem meeting. Method is meeting. Frequency, all end of project. Goal, assess what worked and what did not work, and discuss actionable pathway. Owner also the project manager, and audience is the project worker. Team or project worker or project team. Last is task report update. Method, meeting and oral briefing. Daily, share daily progress made on the project task. Owner is project manager and audience is project team. Next is our common issue communication plan. We get the common issue is from the questionnaire. We distribute to our team management and team worker, and I get some problem, some issue related to the project management, project upgrading at the hospital. Firstly, the common issue is the environment in which communication takes place is one of the barriers to communication. What do you mean? Noise and temperature may affect the communication because the site of project is open space. This can get the noise and temperature high. So this very influence to the project. The second is ensure comfortable working environment. Everyone will be to barrier to communication. For example, project manager must ensure that all private conversations in his team need to be done outside of the work area to prevent noise and disturbance near the project area and the project worker. Okay, second is attitude and emotional state is another barrier to communication. When people are under stress, personal problem or issue related to employment, receive their message may be impaired and they are less likely to be affected. Okay, the project manager, as a project manager, must know who will receive the information and empathy with their need to overcome barriers to the communication. Next is time zone and geographical barriers to communication when the work spread around the world. Which means company work and service providers can be met in different countries, maybe Malaysian, maybe from Indonesian, maybe from the China, maybe outside the Malaysia. So the time zone is going to be very influence the project. Okay, next is darkness and other priority is one of the barriers to communication. Organization may have different priority and therefore communication can be active. The responsibility is well distributed between team members and the communication that is well organized, avoid interference. Last is culture and language is another barrier to communication because different culture have different ways to doing the things. Language can also be a barrier when dealing with the different nationality. The communication is delivered in a simple language to avoid the misunderstanding during the project, during the work at the site. Next, the conclusion for my assignment for my project about the communication plan. First, project communication management includes the process required to ensure that the planning, collection, creation, distribution, storage, retrieval, management, control, monitoring, and final disposal of the project information in a timely and appropriate. The second, project managers spend most of their time communicating with team members and other project stakeholders, whether they are internal or outside the organization. The third, effective communication creates a bridge between stakeholders of the different backgrounds and culture of different organizations, different level of expertise, and different perspectives and interests, which affect or have an impact on the implementation of the project or its results. Okay, that's all for my presentation about this subject, and thank you for my lecturer and my fellow friend for this semester. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and